Alright. Let me just move the mic a little closer. I'm sure you heard that on the feedback. Alright. Mai clawed her hands through her hair, screaming at the small piece of paper lying on her desk. Why does anybody ever need calculus? Who uses calculus? Who uses school?
Well...
Don't answer that. It was a relatively cool night, but in response to that the academy had turned on the heaters, that meant it was abysmally hot in our dorm room, and our pajamas stuck to our skin when we moved. Even I didn't want to be working on homework anymore.
Hey!
Want to take a walk? Mai stood and walked to the door. Please. Oh, it's so much nicer outside. The evening air cooled our sweat, and a soft breeze ruffled our hair. We left after curfew, so there was no roaming the walkways as we picked our way across campus. We were rounding the corner of Bluebell House when my pa stopped. Do you hear that? Hear what? The sound of something being hit echoed through the air. No one's supposed to be out this late. I think it came from over there. I mean, here. Mai took off in the direction of the soccer field. I really don't think we should be investigating. But Mai was already too far gone. Carefully, I tiptoed after her. Still recording? We're good. There, look! Mai grabbed my hand and yanked me down behind a bush. It's PBG. What's he doing? I peered from behind the bush. She was right. PBG stood in the middle of the field, bouncing a soccer ball from his head to his foot and back again. It looks like he's practicing? Suddenly, PBG punted the ball into the air before him and raced after it. A loud grunt echoed across the entire field as he kicked the ball into the net. Damn it! He ran to the ball, kicked it out in the middle of the field, shot it into the net again. Damn it! What's wrong with him? I don't know. I've never seen him so angry. Me neither. We shifted closer together, an unspoken thought passing between us as PBG shot at the goal again. He was scary. Maybe we should get out of here. I looked at PBG. He was drenched with sweat, panting up a storm. Another yell echoed across the field as this time he kicked the ball past the goal and went chasing after it. Now's our chance, Hana. Come on! Oh, hell no! I'm sorry, Mai. I am gonna go confront PBG. I know the game's been like, maybe you should back off. Sometimes you should back off. But no. That is quitters talk. We're talking to PBG.
No!
I just can't leave him alone out here. He's clearly upset. I don't think he wants to be interrupted. Hana? I stalked into the middle of the field, the dew on the grass moistening my pant legs. Hana, what are you doing here? That's what I should be asking you. Are you alright? Why are you doing this at night? His shoulders hunched and an angry look I had never seen before crossed his face. That's not really any of your business, is it? You're obviously not okay. Are you upset about something? Why didn't you tell me? He didn't respond, instead twisting a soccer ball between his hands.
PBG.
You should stop. Get some rest. This is crazy, PBG. You're wearing yourself out. If you're done, I need to get back to work. Are you kidding? Seriously? I came out here to be alone. Go back to bed, Hana.
No.
I'm not leaving you unless you come with me. I'm going to stay up all night with you. You'll have to deal with me. My hands were shaking, so I folded them and stood my ground. Hana, please. No. Hana, don't do this, please. I want you to do what's best for you. A long silence stretched between us. Finally, PBG dropped his ball on the ground and nudged it toward the goal with his foot. I've got work to do, Hana. But I can't believe you would do this. I'm just trying to help you. Help? Really? Because you think you know what's best for me? You think you know better than I do? Leave. My heart stopped. He had never spoken to me that way before. It was cold. He turned away as if he couldn't stand to look at me. A lump formed in my throat, and my anger cooled. I turned and ran. Hana! I dashed past Mai and up to the field, only stopping when I ran out of breath. Stupid. He didn't get it. He just didn't get it. What he was doing wasn't healthy. It was obvious. I was just trying to control him. I was just worried. Hana? Mai came up behind me, rubbing my back. Come on, Hana. Let's head back. Mai and I made our way back to dorm in silence. You think everything will be okay? I didn't know, so I didn't respond. Damn. Damn, son. That was some intense shit. What's going on? PBG was shoving books into his locker. Maybe today?
PBG.
Hey, PBG.
Hey.
Hey! And he's all smiles now. When he realized it was me, he closed off completely. After glancing around, he shut his locker and dashed into the classroom. Aw, man, am I ending for the bad ending now? Because I just wanted to be a good friend, dang it. I wanted to see... When someone's acting like that, I don't like it. I want to know what's going on. PBG had been avoiding me ever since the incident at the soccer field. He didn't want to talk to me at all. Sure, we had a bit of a fight. Okay, who am I kidding? It was a huge fight. Still, he can come talk to me about it, rather than avoid me, right? I sighed. Is it still bothering you? Of course, I'm really worried. Maybe you should try talking to someone else about it. If talking to PBG isn't working... I glanced across the classroom. Shane, John, and PBG were looking at something Shane drew, giggling.
Well...
I guess you're right. It wasn't until the next day that I got my chance. I ran to John and Shane while heading to class. PBG was nowhere to be seen.
Hey!
Hey! I dashed towards them.
Hey!
Oh, Hana!
What's up?
Well...
I fumbled with my fingers. You know how PBG has been working really hard recently? No? He seems tired recently. Haven't you noticed something off with him, John? You're his roommate. Sorry, Hana, I'm usually at the theater, so I haven't been around much. He's been working harder than usual, but... I'm worried that he's working too hard. He's been going out to the soccer field every night and practicing for hours. This again. What do you mean? When PBG has something he really cares about, he tends to work extremely hard at it. So this isn't the first time this has happened? Well, from what you're saying, it seems like this one is more extreme than usual. But yes, this has happened before. I don't think it's that big of a deal. You've got to be kidding me. Heat rushed into my face. You didn't see him out there? He's being completely irresponsible. He's running himself into the ground. Someone should do something. He needs help. Hana, I really think he's fine. PBG is just like that sometimes. If you guys won't help him, I will.
Hey.
Whoa, what's going on? Was that Luke's voice? Because that sounded a little weird. Hey look, it's Ian and Luke. Ian and Luke were watching my favorite attempts to argue with John and Shane. PBG's being irresponsible and hurting himself, and these guys don't even care.
What?
Wait, what?
Hana.
You're being ridiculous. Without another word, Ian turned on his heel and walked away. Where do you think you're going? You can't just walk off like that. John and Shane followed behind him. You got to be kidding me. Luke, you understand, right? You and PBG, your Skyward brother bond. Yeah, nice reference. I kind of felt like that's what they were going here once Luke showed up. Look, I'm not sure I understand what's going on, but I get that you're worried. I get it. I think that maybe you should try trusting in PBG a little more. Trusting? PBG's a cool dude. He's just not going to go and lose his head over something stupid, man.
Okay, well, see you around.
Look, I gotta go, but it was nice talking with y'all. And just like that, I was alone and furious. I'm not going to sit around while he hurts himself. I'm late. I'm sorry, Miss Chisuka. She pointed to the desk. I slumped into it with a sigh. I glanced to PBG's seat. Where?
You.
Goddamn, calm down, woman. Is there something wrong, Miss Mizuno? I will not tolerate speaking out of turn. No, sorry. I returned my gaze to the front of the room, but my mind was elsewhere. PBG hadn't come to class. The next day, I watched the classroom door with worry. But sure enough, the bell rang, class started, and PBG was still nowhere to be seen. Hana, are you okay? I'm sure he's fine. Yeah. But my mind couldn't help wandering to terrible thoughts. As I watched Chisuka draw pictures on the chalkboard, my mind drifted back to my childhood. Back then, PBG was always needing my help. He'd stub his toe and get chased by a raccoon, or have turned on the television at night and seen a movie about aliens. Each time something bad happened, he'd come running to me to make him feel better. I knew that a lot of time passed between now and then, but the PBG I saw now was so similar to the PBG I knew then. What if that hadn't changed? What if, instead of learning how to manage his problems, he just learned to take them inward? And now, instead of asking for help from people who cared about him, he pushed them away and took it all into his own hands. Now when he needs help, he takes his anger out on other things, or gets too absorbed into what he's working on. In that case, if his friends don't see the need to help him, how will he ever get better? And if he hurts himself? Good job, class. I'm leaving now. Except for you, Marcus. I have no idea who Marcus is supposed to be. She placed a paper on one of the more attractive boys' desk. Is she hitting on the boy? I'll be seeing you in my office. Is she hitting on that guy? That raises many questions. She winked and waltzed out of the classroom. Should we be worried about that?
What?
Holy crap, it's finally gonna happen. Chisuka's finally going to hit on a student. I see that. Even mine's thinking about it.
Yahoo!
Oh man, there's no way I'm going to miss this. Come on, Hana. We'll have just enough time to peek and eat lunch if we hurry. You go on ahead. I have to talk to John.
Really?
Ugh, seriously? Fine. Maybe Jared will come with me. So I left the classroom and approached John and tapped him on the shoulder.
John.
What's up?
Oh, hey! Hi, Hana! What's up? What's kind of about our conversation yesterday? His brows knit together. What do you need? Well, PG didn't come to class again, and I'm worried. You're right. Usually he sneaks in by now. Well, if you want, we can go up and check in the room. Last I saw him, he was still sleeping.
Yeah.
Thank you! Together, John and I made our way across campus. As we climbed the stairs to the room, I finally asked him something that had been bothering me for a while. John? Where did Jock go? See, I noticed that, and I was like, where's Jock? Jock? Oh, he's fine. He's installing an update to get a Cybertronic beak that can carve through raw iron. Oh, okay. Raw iron? Oh yeah, all the cool birds have one nowadays. You know, I couldn't leave him out of the loop, the little guy. If you say so. I didn't really believe him, but he didn't seem to want to talk about it. Besides, it made about as much sense as anything John said. Here we are! We stepped into his and PBG's dorm room, and he closed the door behind us. PBG was fast asleep, curled into a tiny ball on the bed. How was it possible for him to be so small when he was 6 foot 2 inches?
Good morning.
Wake up, beauty queen! PBG shifted over. You've got to be kidding me. He climbed over PBG's soccer bag and began poking him on the side. Wake up, come on!
No.
Leave me alone, I'm tired. If you don't come to class, you're gonna get kicked out of school. Do you want that? Leave me alone!
No.
Come on! John swept PBG's blankets off him like a matador. No! PBG shrieked and flailed against the bed in a perverse imitation of a toddler's temper tantrum. I don't want to go to school. I'm sleepy. I want to sleep. Let me go to sleep. Oh man, this is awful. John turned to me. I'm sorry, Hana. Could you leave us alone for a bit? Hana? PBG shot up his bed, smashing his head against the beams of John's bunk. Ow! That's awesome! Shut up, leave me alone. I'm up, okay? I'm up. Yeah, Hana. Hana here was worried about you, so we came to get you. I shuffled awkwardly back into the entryway. Pardon my intrusion. Hana, He trailed off, the tips of his ears turning pink. I'll be in class after lunch, okay? Yeah. I'm sorry, I'll go now. I flew out of the room and headed over for the cafeteria. When I got back to class...
I can't believe this.
Damn, it was a total fluke! Shizuka was giving him an application for some college internship program. That's why she winked. Oh, thank God. I totally thought they were gonna get it on too. Jesus, my. Do you not see there's like a problem with that happened? That's too bad. What are you grinning about anyhow? I glanced across the room at PBG in his seat. He caught my glance and gave me a thumbs up. Yeah! Nothing. Oh, you lovebirds. Lovebirds? No, it's not like that, I swear. Yeah, let me know when it gets juicy. PBG stayed in class that day, and for a few days after that, he looked absolutely exhausted every time I saw him, and rarely responded to what I was saying. At lunch, he ate his food and absentmindedly picked at his dessert, never listening to the conversation. I was worried. He was clearly acting strange, but nobody else seemed to be paying him any attention. I tracked Nick down to ask why, and all he said was, "This has happened before. It kinda just has to run its course." Eventually, I pieced 2 and 2 together. A big game was coming up. Apparently, if Asagao won, they would significantly better their chances of getting to finals. I didn't understand why, but they'd be able to lose. But they'd be able to lose 2 games instead of only the one. Okay. As the deadline approached, PBG got more and more anxious. Then one day, he didn't show up to class at all. He's still not here.
Hey.
What's going on? This is the second day PBG hasn't come to class. Luke glanced at PBG's seat. Yeah, I guess you're right. Don't be sad. I glanced up at Ian in surprise. No? Ian rolled his eyes. If he's not hurting himself, there's no problem. He can make his own decisions. You've got yourself to worry about. This tournament isn't going to win itself. He grinned and my throat caught. The tournament! I've been so worried I hadn't been practicing at all. That's what I thought. You can't make this easy for us, Hana. We'll really beat you if you don't work hard at all. I mean, at it. Work at it. You're right. Ian shook his head and walked away. When it finally registered that Ian left, Luke followed. I shouldered my bag. Mai was nowhere to be seen, so I headed home alone to do some practice. Damn it! No matter how hard I tried, I wasn't getting any better. I'd stay in the same score and rank range since last week. How was I going to beat Ian at this rate? Oh, the show's back on! I turned the volume up slightly, resuming my training. Welcome back to PBNJ! Remember, if you hear that name somewhere else, we totally thought of it first. Nice. Tonight I'm bringing you a very special show because you might notice my partner has fallen asleep. Uh-oh. Way to go, PBG. Don't worry, I won't be doing anything too bad to the guy, but you know, he has a lot of fears. I figured I'd do something to help him combat those. A sound like wet plastic echoed out of the radio. When John next spoke, his voice was muffled. Now then, PBG, wake up! I have come for you! What? There was a second pause over the radio. I held my breath then. Oh god, no! I'm sorry! Please don't take me, please! Please don't take me! You will be... What the hell is John doing? You will be the perfect specimen! No, okay, you can take me, but please don't take the Luca! He doesn't know any better! He's just a dog! John started laughing, but his muffled voice made it sound absolutely demonic. I should have made more of my life when I had the chance. I've had so many things to tell people. Jeff, if you're out there, I secretly consider you a really good friend. And Josh, I'm really jealous of your beard. And Hannah, Whoa there, boy. There was a rustling as John took off whatever he was wearing. It's only me. Of course they would cut him off before he said anything about Hannah. John?
Hey.
Come over to Daddy. Come hug me. I'm sorry for hurting you. What? A quiet shuffling sound, and then someone being pat on the back. There. I'm sorry. It's over now. It was you? Of course it was me, you numbnut. I've never been so happy to see you. These two. For a long while there was just rustling and patting as PBG was presumably being calmed down. I smiled. Whether it was obvious or not, John cared about PBG. He was trying to cheer him up too, in his own special way. Despite that, I still worried. PBG still didn't sound any less stressed. If anything, he sounded a bit more so. I bit my lip. I've been worried about it literally all day. Maybe it was time to do something to get my mind off it. Off of it. Yeah, I don't know. ... The radio show was hosted in Azalea Arts Center, wasn't it? That's where they took me after the Flower Festival. ... There was no problem in simply popping by, right? Just to wish him luck before the big game. This wasn't weird at all. Entered Azalea Arts Center and made my way through the halls to the radio show room. The show was still going, so I couldn't just barge in. Instead, I stood outside the door, waiting for PG and John to finish up. I sighed. What was I really doing here? Why did I care so much? Ian was right. If PBG wanted to do something, it was none of my business whether he did it. I didn't run his life. He didn't have to make his decisions, taking me into consideration. But I didn't feel concerned for him. But hold on. I didn't just feel concerned for him. I also felt a little responsible for him. Back when we were little, I was the only one who watched out for PBG. I protected him from people who made fun of him. I chased down boys who tripped him on purpose. I even punched a kid in the face after I saw him shove PBG down on the concrete. We were only a few months apart in age, but he always felt like a little brother to me. It was hard for me to see him as anything different, but even now that he was so insanely tall and clearly had things together. Well, as together as obsessively destroying yourself over a silly soccer game could be. Should have punched me when you were so scared. What if I was an actual alien? Then punching you wouldn't make much of a difference. You don't know that. John and PBG walked right past me, too deep in the argument to even notice I was standing there. I gently cleared my throat. Jesus. Oh, Hannah, it's just you. What are you doing here? John glanced from me to PBG and smiled like a Cheshire cat. Cheshire cat.
See you later.
Hey, I gotta get going. But I'll leave you two here. Take your time, too. We have permission to be out, so we won't get into any trouble. I smiled at him and he winked at me. PBG was pink. So, why are you here?
Well...
Shit. Shit! Shit, I didn't really think about what I was gonna say once I was here. Shit. Mostly, I just wanted to see him put my mind at ease. Yes, he was alive, and he was in one piece. He didn't even look that bad. Much better than he had the last few days. Maybe he'd been using that time to catch up on sleep? But he still shouldn't be missing so much class. What should I say? Oh, fuck. What should I say? You've been pushing yourself too hard. I want to support you. I wanted to see how you were doing. Okay. We're not going to use the top option, because that's a little more aggressive. We don't want to be aggressive. I wanted to see how you're doing as too passive. I think I want to support you is the best answer here. So we're going to do that one. I've been conflicted. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, sorry about that. I accidentally clicked off the game like an idiot and that kind of ruined my whole recording. So I kind of just ruined this moment a little bit. But let's get right back into it. I've been conflicted. I feel like you're pushing yourself too hard, but I know how important this is to you. I just want to do something to help. I stopped. I wanted to give him something, but what? Aw, you don't have to do that. I fumbled around my jacket looking for anything that might have served as a good gift. There was nothing but my body. I didn't like the way you worded that, Hana. Oh, wait! Stepping forward, I wrapped my arms around him in a hug. My head just barely reached his chest, but it was more like hugging his stomach than hugging him. His heart was beating rapidly just under my ear, and he went stiff as a door. Maybe this wasn't the right thing. He shifted a little under me, then I felt two long arms wrap themselves around me too. Aw, something prickly and heavy hit the top of my head.
Hana.
Thank you, Hana. As he spoke, vibrations tickled my head and face. No problem. We stood like that for some time, longer than was strictly necessary for a friendly hug, but I didn't mind. In fact, I kinda liked it. It was different from the normal kind of hug I got from my parents. Something seemed different, but I couldn't put my finger on it. Girl, you want love! Finally, he pulled away. As I smiled at him, I realized that what was weird, my heart was beating like crazy. PBG's face was rosy pink, and I was sure mine was the same. He cleared his throat. Oh, well then, I guess I'll just have to get going now then. He started walking backwards towards the door, not taking his eyes off me. Yeah, good, yeah. Thank you for that. Yeah, no problem. Will I see you at the game tomorrow?
Yeah.
You know you will. I beamed at him, and he beamed back. Great! Man, I'm so excited! There's no way we'll fail. He chuckled. Thanks, Hana. I didn't do anything. No, you definitely did. He hit the door with a loud bang. Jerking around, he grabbed the handle and tried to pull it open, but it didn't budge. It's a push door? He pushed on the door so hard that it opened. He flung himself out into the night air. He stood for a few seconds processing what happened. Just as the door swung closed, he turned and waved to me. That was well worth the wait. Oh yeah. After the big game, the sun was harsh and the air was heavy. The humidity was almost unbearable. Going outside felt like walking into an indoor swimming pool. It was finally halftime at the soccer match. The score was even, 3-3, but Asagao's biggest rivals, the Morai Fates, were being extremely aggressive. One player in particular already got a yellow card. It was consistently getting into minor scrapes. So far, no one was hurt, but there was plenty of moments where Asagao might have been able to score had they not been avoiding his risky lunges. It wasn't looking good. PBG was in great form, but stress had taken its toll. His hair was matted with sweat. Beads of it rolled down his face. He waved his arms around vigorously, talking to Jeff, who was being just as enthusiastic back. It doesn't feel like it's going very well. Don't worry, we just gotta believe in the team.
Well,
if you say so. I didn't feel good about this, not at all. PBG and the rest of the team jogged back onto the field. He got into position, this time as a center forward, directly opposing the rogue player from Morai. I have a bad feeling about this. The whistle blew as Mai turned to me. If you keep acting like that, you'll drag the team down. Come on, why can't you? PBG!
Ugh.
PBG was on the ground, holding his leg, writhing in pain. The rogue player stood above him, a smirk on his face. No! PBG, no! The Asagao students in the stand lost their minds. Foul words flew around us. If anything, it seemed a riot was imminent. The referee ran out onto the field and spoke to PBG. He shook his head and tried to stand on his leg, only to instantly collapse again.
What?
I don't understand what happened. That player basically trapped PBG's ankle between his feet and twisted it on purpose.
I can't believe this.
It looked like some kind of judo move. That was no judo. Finally, a stretcher arrived from the main building along with Mr. McPasta. The other guy was supposed to be a YouTuber. I was watching Pro Jared's thing, and he said, "Oh, that's supposed to be Mr. Creepy McPasta," and I was like, "That's not somebody in real life," and I was gonna feel awful for it, and now I do. So that's cool. I guess they snuck that guy in there. PBG was gently placed on the stretcher and rolled off the field. My heart sunk as I watched him roll past me, his face contorted in pain. How are we going to win without PBG? He's our best player. Jeff can't handle the rest by himself.
No.
I can't stay here. I'm going to check on PBG, okay? You can't go to the nurse's office. They won't even let you in. I patted him and Maya on the shoulders and stood. I'll make them let me in. I couldn't explain why PBG in pain left me feeling so uneasy, but I felt like I was going to be in constant stress until I saw him. I think I'm going to let this episode go on a little bit longer, guys. What if he was hurt worse? What if his leg was broken? As I scurried to the nurse's office, I tried to keep the worst possibility from my mind, but it kept whispering through like a ghost. PBG wouldn't be able to play anymore. There was no way. Opened the door to the nurse's office myself. I was still and quiet, a far cry from the chaos of the soccer field. The sun was pouring through the open window, curtains fluttering slightly in the breeze. I glanced around for Mr. McPasta, but he was nowhere to be found. PBG's legs formed long lumps underneath a bed, his feet sticking up in the air like flags. It didn't seem like anyone else was sick. I slipped through the curtains that were hung around him for privacy and pulled a stool up next to his bed. He lay still, eyes closed. Was he sleeping? How could he have fallen asleep so fast? Then it hit me. He hadn't been sleeping before this. Of course he fell asleep. In the distance I heard cheers. I stood and peeked out of the window, seeing the Asagao students in a frenzy, and the student and the players cheering. Somehow we still managed to win. I sat back down and brushed PBG's hair out of his face. Mr. McPasta obviously helped him clean up a bit, as his face was no longer covered with the dirt and sweat of the game. I glanced at his leg, snuck under the sheets, and I couldn't tell what was wrong. Should I take a peek? Another decision. I feel like we should look, but I don't know. I don't think anything bad's gonna happen if we don't. I mean, if we look. I mean, it's an injury. We're gonna look. We're looking. PBG shifted. I glanced at him. Ugh. He blinked a few times, then looked up at me.
Hana.
What are you doing here? The game! The game! Did we win the game? What happened? I glanced towards the open window. We won. He scanned my face and frowned. What's wrong? I glanced at his leg and bit my lip. His face fell. Don't tell me. If you don't mind. See, it is Mr. McPasta. Damn it. Okay, I feel bad. I apologize. I forget what I said back then. But I apologize to the artist. And I apologize to Mr. McPasta. I apologize. Because, like, the one time I'd said that kind of comment, it was actually, like, legitimately supposed to be somebody. I'm assuming he looks like that because I guess he probably didn't reveal what he looked like. But he has the the Keaton mask, which apparently is his like identifying mark. That's like his logo in a way. I never watched him, so I don't know. Anyway, let's keep going. If you don't mind. Where did you crumb from? Where did you crumb from? I've been here the whole time.
What?
PBG, I'm sorry to say that you won't be playing anymore this season. PBG eyes fell. He didn't say anything. The injury itself is so incredibly bad, but it will take a few weeks to heal. At this point, the stress of practicing and playing would prevent it from healing properly. If you try to push it, this improper healing will create scar tissue and forever limit the strength and flexibility of your leg. So, please, do not try to play. Even when walking around campus will be more than enough stress. This campus is so poopin' huge. Poopin'. I'm sorry, PBG. I put a hand on his arm. He didn't react. Hey, it's okay. The team won this game, right? They're in line to do pretty well this season. You're their captain, and you've done a great job of training them, so... A gentle hand rested itself on my shoulder, but I looked up at Creeps.
Miss Mizuno.
I think it would be best if you let him rest a bit. Yes, sir. I stood with one last pat on PBG's shoulder, left. Just as I got to the door, I remembered something.
PBG.
He was crying. Aww. I turned back around and left the room, pretending I saw nothing. I couldn't believe this happened to him. This was his worst nightmare. Wasn't there some way I could help him? But as I headed back to my room, a small, self-satisfied thought popped in my head. I told him so. On that note, we're gonna end this episode, guys. Yeah. So this is Firemac saying bye-bye. See you next time. And maybe next time will be the finale for PBG's route? I honestly don't know. But we'll see. See ya.